न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्.
Hello and welcome to Out of Britain. I'm coming to you from where thousands have gathered in the beautiful English countryside once again for what is one of the year's most spiritually uplifting events. This is a 4-day yoga festival, the Western world's largest celebration of yoga, wellness, even holistic living. This is not just, as I discover, a meeting of mats and mantras and music. This is a confluence, a vibrant confluence of ancient Indian wisdom with modern wellness, global traditions. This is where teachers, learners, world-renowned people, along with absolutely starter-level people, come together under one roof, breathing the same air, under one sky. This, over the next few minutes of Out of Britain, I'm getting you glimpses of this wonderfully joyful, soulful, and extremely compassionate sounding World Yoga Festival. At the World Yoga Festival, I'm meeting such amazing people from world over. And what else do you expect when you attend a festival such as this? And that's probably one of the reasons which attracted all of you to coming here, apart from yoga and meeting teachers and all that, just meeting different souls, right? It's amazing. So I have with me, we are 9 souls on this round table. There's no table. On this round floor, on the round earth. And you are all a mix of people from different parts of the world doing different activities surrounding yoga. Some of you are teachers sitting on a Padmasana. Student of yoga. Ren is sitting on a Padmasana and so is Igor. Igor,
No,
what happened?
No,
Not Padmasana.
no, it's not Padmasana, but I don't know the proper name either.
Too much pressure on Ren. So let's chat with who wants to go first. What brings you here? In one word, tell me. Rapid fire. Why are you here?
I'm here for yoga. Absolutely. I came here about 4 years ago, I believe, and I loved it so much that this year I actually joined the team. So I'm working for the yoga festival, and I love it. I love it. It's the best time of my year, of my life. So yeah, I'm very grateful to be here.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Mima. Frank,
I come here mainly for the Vedanta. So
where have you come from?
I'm from Belgium. I'm also a student in Ram. He teaches Vedanta, and here it's also an opportunity to come into contact with authentic teachers.
What did you learn here?
It's good to learn about the authentic teachers. I mean, the original teaching. So. Because if you are not in the culture of India, it's very difficult to get really into touch with the real masters. And this is one of the few occasions in Europe, I think, where you can really meet the real masters. So that's why I come here.
Have you guys traveled? How many of you have traveled to India?
Yes.
Oh, that's all of you except Igor. Now, Igor, let's fundraise so you can travel to it.
Please do so.
Yay! Let's get
I would love
Igor.
to.
Let's get Igor to India. So, all of them have traveled to India, but you.
Yes.
And what brings you here, Igor?
What brings me here is, I was invited by a friend of mine who invited me to this festival. I met him last October when I was doing my teacher training. And we stayed in touch. We only met for like 2-3 days, and there was just a strong connection. And when he lives nearby in London, and he said, you just have to come over, and I'm like, sure, I guess I do. I'm way into yoga, and I love everything about it. So a World Yoga Festival that just seems lovely, and I'm really happy I'm attending, because it's the vibe, everything is about it is.
There is something about the vibe.
It's wonderful.
As I was entering, I felt there was this sense of calm. What could it be? Somebody said it's because the mantras are chanted all through the day.
It's the energy. It's the energy. The energy you feel, the peace and the liveliness and the buzz.
Yeah.
It's just everything is there. And they're all ages. You got children, you got adults, you got everybody, and everybody's allowed to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
You're not tied into anything. So
For
There's a
example, I'm not
variety.
doing any yoga here. I'm only going to dance.
Dancing is allowed. There is not. You have to come to a 5 o'clock session.
I'm coming.
You're coming.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm coming.
Arrow dancing.
Yes,
yeah,
yes, I
I'm
will
going
be
to
there.
that. Yeah,
Okay,
that's great.
What are the vibes like for you, Elisa?
To me, I come for connection, I will say. It's a connection and peace, as you mentioned,
Connection with who
with,
or with what?
I will say, with everything and everyone and no one at the same time, with myself, and it's at different level. I always find these 4 days are so special. It's like, I don't know, there are so many emotions, like a time for me, but I learned so much from everyone, apart from the teachers, of course, as the other said, is from people. I just had an amazing conversation for half an hour of someone doing Vipassana and how they became. I was like, wow.
Will.
So this is a really special place. So where else would you get Vedanta teachers from India, yoga teachers from India, and all other aspects of yoga and spiritual, things come here to the site? Look, beautiful countryside in a valley by a river. And also, because there's no alcohol or drugs or anything, that's what helps create the beautiful energy. It's so relaxed and peaceful. And you can just talk to anyone. Literally, you can just go and chat, sit somewhere and talk to people, eat with them. It's very special. And that peace that you get here.
Sorry, Ben, I didn't come to you.
Yeah, we love India. We absolutely love India. And,
Why?
Because it's you feel it. It's strong, and wherever you go, you feel it. And in England, that's like it's hidden away, and you don't feel it at all. And so, but here you feel it. In the yoga festival, it's here in bucket loads, and when you leave, it stays with you for weeks. And so you keep on going, oh my God, I can still feel that, whatever that is. And
What is that? I'm trying to understand what is it?
I don't know, life, energy, love, connection, beauty, any of those. And that it's kind of this, when you come here, it roots you in it. And I think something happens because there's all these teachers and all these people with a similar sort of vibe all coming together, and there's something that happens on a level that we don't even understand, and you go away and you feel it. But that's the same thing that happens when we go to India. We feel the same thing. So this is our India in England.
Oh yes.
So what? Little Rishikesh. Little Rishikesh.
Little Rishikesh. Yes. In fact, there's the river, and then there is the sun.
So what I think adds to the vibe is the fact that most people here, they're on a spiritual path, and of course yoga is of course about the self-realization, and I think that everybody here, they're drawn to yoga, and people say yoga calls to you when it's your time to come to yoga, or to any form of religion or spirituality or philosophy in that sense. And I think that that's what creates the vibe here, is that that's all people that's like-minded and willing to work towards a better world.
Great segue to my next question. For our viewers who may be feeling intimidated, who may be thinking, wow, this is where I should be, but no, I don't do any asana like Ran can do Padmasana for years and years. I can't do that. Will I fit in there? Can I do, what would your message be to them?
Oh, I think you
Go.
Yeah, just be it basically, because you can choose. There's this philosophy, or there's yoga. If you want to be physical, be physical. If you just want to sit in the hammocks, you can sit in the hammocks. I actually think that it wouldn't matter if you didn't go to any classes. I still think you would imbibe it.
Okay. Now, what has your personal improvement been, apart from, of course, being physically fit and connected to your body and being able to sometimes listen to organs? I've had yoga teachers who say, I can listen to my liver speak to me. And I'm like, wow, how am I ever going to get there? But apart from the physical wellness and the fitness, how have you changed as a person? Who wants to go?
It's realizing how connected we are, but we lose that in outside. But when you're here, you connect with every age, every nationality, and that connection we've kind of lost. And when you lose that connection, that's when you get division and problems and things like that. If this can spread, it's that connection.
Yeah, this is like the world in a capsule, right? You're living in the world at the moment. You're not living in England. You're not, It's
a bubble.
It's a bubble. It's a world.
bubble.
Okay.
And there is also something is, all of us, we tend to have our schools or teachers or what we follow. And when we come here, we realize it's much bigger, and it gives that energy and motivation, at least in my case, to keep the journey and see how from different angles we can observe and get to a similar place.
Yeah.
And I find that's pretty unique.
Yes.
I've gone to other festivals, and this one has that holistic approach and that deepness of the tradition, and that, to me, it makes it pretty unique.
Manobudhyahankara chittani naham na cha srotra jihve na cha grana netre na cha vyoma bhumir na tejo na vayuhu chidanandarupaha shivoham shivoham.
Beautiful. What is the meaning? What is the meaning?
Yeah, explain.
Oh, it is Sankaracharya.
Why don't you just do my job? She's a better journalist.
Basically, we are Shiva, we are consciousness. That's why we are not man, we are not mind, we are not intellect. That Stota says, but we are the consciousness behind it, and that's what we are learning here. And it is a kind of Stota in this place. Yeah.
Suits our conversation. Okay, I'm very tempted to just quickly go around. I do this often with my guests. One word for what yoga has done to you and your life and your soul. One word only. Transform. Okay. Nima?
Clarity.
Clarity.
Inner peace.
Inner peace.
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 Wholeness.
Wholeness. Okay. Wholeness. Okay.
Healing.
Healing. Beautiful.
Connection.
Healing too.
Healing.
Self-knowledge.
Self-knowledge. Wow. You guys are wise people. I can keep going on and on. I love this bunch.
Very good too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Sheila has been helping me. There are two very good friends in our world, Ayurveda and yoga. The two, I believe, are best friends and I believe are very interconnected. But I come from a very outsider perspective, right? My perspective is from the outsider perspective. Whereas I have with me guests who have traveled all the way from South India, Ayurveda Vaidyas, as you are called, Dr. Parthasarathi and Sharanya Parthasarathi. Thank you for joining us at World Yoga Festival. We know that the East meets West in beautiful ways, right? But then there are some places where the East and the West don't meet.
True.
What are those, Dr. Parthasarathi?
There are quite a few places where East really doesn't meet with West. Primarily speaking, I would focus, being an Ayurveda person, I would focus that on the nutritional aspects, because the modern nutritional aspects are completely focused on a reductionist theory. Whereas Ayurveda's concept of nutrition, food, everything is based upon a theory of holism, where everything is seen as a whole. We don't fragment things. Just to give you a very simple example, now we don't see food as food, we see proteins and carbohydrates, what is the amount of protein that we take, what is the amount of carbohydrate that we take in the food.
True.
But it's all about food, and every substance has everything. Indian knowledge systems, when you asked about this connection between Ayurveda, yoga and any other Indian knowledge system, for the matter of fact, everything is based upon a single theory. The philosophy is the same. The foundation is the same. So you can make a connection between Ayurveda and yoga yoga and music, music and dance,
Oh, yeah.
dance to coloring, to martial art, everything comes from a same platform. And fortunately, everything is in the same language, is based in the same language, that is Sanskrit. The base of Ayurveda, base of yoga, everything is in the same language.
The oldest language of
course,
our
yes.
world. Let me show you gently around what's happening here. There are so many different tents. There are different elements of the earth. There's air, water, space, fire, which is very connected to what we're speaking about, because
Exactly.
fire in the gut and the immune system, and then of course Ayurveda dealing with that very well.
Yeah.
But Dr. Parthasarathy, 1, 2, 3 myths briefly in the world, in the Western world, which is very common, but East doesn't agree and East is busting that.
Currently, actually, this trend is always a changing trend. 7, 8 years ago, people were forced to take 7 or 8 meals a day because that was a trend. Small, frequent meal.
Oh, yeah.
And autophagy came into picture. Yoshinori came up with the Nobel Prize. Now everyone is talking about 2 meal, or if possible 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
The same person, nutritionist who was suggesting 7 meal a day, is suggesting 1 meal a day. So this keeps on changing.
Yeah.
So what is the current myth should be your question. What is the current trend should be a question. I would say the current trend is protein. There is a huge push on this protein. Everyone has to eat protein. And this protein is, even from a modern perspective, protein is not a clean fuel. It leaves a lot of residue. And even the modern science says that you should not survive on protein for your whole energy needs. Rather, carbohydrate is a clean fuel. But nowadays people ditch rice for
And go for protein.
carbohydrates,
Yeah.
and they tell wheat is full of gluten, and they survive completely on protein. And there is an industry behind this. There is an animal industry, pharmaceutical industry, supplement industry. All this is backing this protein, probably.
So in one line, what are you saying? So the protein myth is there. You're right. That is the current trend. I mean, all our algorithm is flooded with how we need to have protein, which is equivalent to 1% of the body weight, which is, all of those things. So if that's not true, what is true?
Ayurveda tells that yes, there should be a content of protein in the food, but when we talk about a balanced meal, Ayurveda tells that Shadrasam Madhura Prayam. Shadrasam is 6 tastes. Madhura Prayam is a predominance of sweet. So Shadrasam, by in the process of cooking, in the process of adding all the ingredients, we incorporate all the 6 tastes in our food, but that's not enough. There should be Madhura Prayam, which is a predominance of sweet. That predominance of sweet is contributed by old rice and old wheat, specifically old rice, old wheat. So that is the balanced meal. It is not about these many percentages of carbohydrate, protein, etc.
Got it. Excellent.
So in that case, rice or old wheat should be a primary component of the meal, the way in which your grandparents, his grandparents, or anyone's grandparents were having before.
Yeah.
Now,
Which is what our DNA also recognizes
Exactly.
and loves. Great. And I understood rasam and I love rasam. Okay. Second myth,
Okay.
which is trending in our world today, and what is your way of busting it? East's way.
I would tell intermittent fasting. I would not call it as a myth. Even Ayurveda talks about 2 meal a day plan. 7 years before, we were struggling to bust that myth that you should not eat 7 times, 8 times, you should eat only 2 times. Now, we have gone too much into this that everyone is trying to do a 2 meal
Fasting.
intermittent fasting, 16:8 fasting. It might not, people will claim that intermittent fasting is equal to an advice of Ayurveda. No, it is wrong.
Okay,
Ayurveda
what is the advice?
advises 2 meal a day. That's a standard line.
And when to
But
eat these
there
2
are-
meals?
There are when one has a hunger, one has to eat. It is not about the clock. It's not about 16 hours. It's not about 8 hours.
Okay.
It's about hunger.
Okay.
So if you're hungry, if you're not consuming the meal, and if you call it as an intermittent fasting, you're destroying your system.
I have with me many hundreds of eyes staring at us as we have these 2 very world-renowned leaders and philosophers. Let me introduce Swami Sarvapriyanandaji. You've traveled from New York?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And Sadhvi Bhagavati ji, you've traveled from Rishikesh.
I have.
Yes, you have. And Rishikesh happens to be the home in one sense, given the international festival, yoga festival that you created.
It's the birthplace of yoga. It is the world capital of yoga. It's the land of the yogis and rishis. But yoga's for everyone and everywhere. And they've done such an amazing job bringing the Himalayas to Henley.
Oh yes, Himalayas to Henley. Yes. With me are Ram Banerjee and Shonali Banerjee, the couple that founded World Yoga Festival, which today is Western world's possibly largest celebration of yoga, wellness and holistic living. So let me start with the founders, if that's okay. From 2016 when we met Ram, which was the first year, to now, 9 years later, how has this evolved and what are you doing for the world?
First of all, we've learned a great deal. We started it in complete ignorance. And had we not had that ignorance, we probably wouldn't have started it. But once we started it, we found it an opportunity to really meet the most wonderful people that we would never have met. And when we started meeting them, we thought we must bring them together. And every year it's been an increase in the quality of the masters, the teachers that we give, that we bring to the festival. And it's just grown, and the attendees reflect that, and they really enjoy it. It's the getting that essence of this wisdom out to more people that's given us great joy.
Sounds like any spiritual journey, starting from a point of ignorance to enlightenment.
Yes.
Here's what I'm going to ask you, and I know you have so many questions, and you know, the kind of people I've met here, and this is for both of you, either of you could answer this. The kind of people I've met here are people who've suffered burnouts in their work life, corporate life, world over. It's the same story, every country. And what I've also noticed here is countries don't matter. Waters that you drink and I drink don't matter. Everyone here is on the same platform, where swamis like you are walking along with learners and people who are extremely troubled. So what is that one thing you'd say, which is so hard because you're deeply having so many messages and deeply into Vedanta and philosophy. What is that one thing you'd say to people, to somebody who may be watching and who's deeply troubled at heart? What would you say to them?
Do yoga. But here's why, on a deep level. Yoga, of course, is not only the asanas. It's not just the physical postures. That's wonderful for the body. But if you look at the actual 8 limbs of yoga that Patanjali Ji gave us, it is actually a system to go from suffering to an end of suffering, from pain to peace. This is why when our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi Ji, brought International Day of Yoga to the world, it's not International Day of Exercise. It's not International Day of stand on your head or calisthenics. It's International Day of union. Yoga's union. And if you look at the suffering that we see in the world today, from depression, anxiety, addiction, loneliness on individual levels, to war, to violence, to climate change on global levels, the core foundational reason for all of that is the myth of separation. When I feel separate from myself, separate from the divine, separate from the universe, separate from each other, separate from the earth, from the trees, separate from future generations, I suffer and I bring suffering to them. When through yoga, I remember that I'm one, that I'm not separate from the divine, not separate from the creator, the creation, the grass, the trees, the mountains, anybody, anything.
Reunite, basically.
Exactly. I was just going to say, we say yoga's union, and actually the word literally means that.
Reunion.
But I think of it actually as reunion, exactly, because we never were separate. We're not coming together automatically. We're re-remembering.
Beautiful. Thank you both for those lovely snippets of knowledge. Thank you for being the conduit, Shonali and Ram, for having us meet so many lovely people. And there is it's palpable, like I said, there's compassion I feel, there's kindness I feel in just the vibes that are around. And a lot of heads are nodding just as I say that. Thank you.